Hello and welcome to Cargo Shots from the Stat Trade Times, powered by Group Concorde. Here's our pick of the best news shots that made the headlines this week.
Let's dive right into the headlines. IPP Air Cargo's first 737-800 BCF aircraft is nearing completion at the Guangzhou Aircraft Maintenance Engineering Company Limited, or GAMECO for short. The conversion of the second aircraft is currently underway and will be followed by two more aircraft conversions. IPP Group, a Vietnamese retail group that established IPP Air Cargo in June 2021, was to receive its first modified aircraft to be delivered by the end of July this year. Philip Nguyen, CEO of IPP Travel Retail, speaking at the Roots Asia conference in June this year, stated that the new cargo airline branded IPP Air Cargo will begin operations in September 2022, first servicing Hong Kong and Singapore. IPP Air Cargo intends to operate 5 cargo aircraft in the first year, 7 aircraft in the second year, and 10 aircraft in the third year according to the plan. Etihad Cargo, the cargo and logistics division of the Etihad Aviation Group, has reinforced its commitment to the US market with the introduction of an additional 50 tons of belly capacity via 4 new weekly direct passenger flights to the John F. Kennedy International Airport, or JFK for short, from November 15 this year. The new flights will be operated with a Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner. With the addition of these flights, the carrier will offer a total of 11 weekly flights between Abu Dhabi and New York. In addition to offering 11 weekly flights to JFK, New York, Etihad Cargo provides the capacity to other destinations in the US via freighter and passenger flights to Chicago and Washington, D.C. The introduction of additional capacity to Etihad Cargo's winter schedule brings the total cargo capacity into and out of the US to 1,084 tons per week. Cathay Pacific announced the extension of its carbon offset program called Fly Greener to its air cargo services. The Fly Greener campaign is powered by an integrated carbon emissions calculator which uses the latest IATA methodology and will display the volume of emissions and show the offset charge in local currency calculated by weight and aircraft type. The new carbon emissions calculator works out the carbon emissions of shipments and the cost to offset them in just a couple of simple steps. Customers can then make a contribution to purchase carbon offsets that come from carefully selected carbon offset projects. Registered customers using the Cathay Pacific Cargo website will be able to offset their shipments by airway bill or the AWB number. Users can enter 5 AWB numbers at a time but can submit as many applications as required over any monthly period. IonQ, an industry leader in quantum computing, announced a collaboration with Airbus to explore the potential application and benefits of quantum computing for aerospace services and passenger experiences. The Quantum Aircraft Loading Optimization and Quantum Machine Learning project will be a 12-month-long project that culminates in the development of a prototype aircraft loading quantum application, hands-on collaboration, coaching sessions for Airbus developers and engineers, and an exploration of future integrations of quantum computers for Airbus and its customers. In response to the ongoing supply chain crisis, aerospace companies are investing in the latest technologies to understand areas for improved efficiencies, with cargo loading posing a major challenge. Airbus's partnership with IonQ is the first step towards developing smarter algorithms based on quantum computers that can potentially lead to cost savings due to a more optimized distribution of cargo on flights. Viz Freight, a full-stack digital cross-border supply chain startup, has set up the biggest of its kind tech and R&D center in Chennai for logistics tech. The Tech and R&D Center was inaugurated this week and dedicated to the supply chain industry by Ramkumar Ramchandran, co-founder and chairman, and Ramkumar Govindarajan, co-founder and CEO of Viz Freight. This will be the largest R&D center in Asia dedicated to cross-border shipping technology. Viz Freight Tech and R&D Center set up an initial capital expenditure of $3.76 million and will facilitate tech-enabled innovation in the shipping industry to reduce shipping costs, offer accurate end-to-end visibility, and enable better upstream and downstream supply chain planning and execution, as well as minimizing carbon footprint. US-based Nautilus has announced that it has selected Pratt & Whitney Canada to supply the engines for the first of the Nautilus family fleet, the N3.8T. The company is initially producing the N3.8T as a prototype and as a long-term short-haul air cargo feeder. According to Nautilus co-founder and CEO Alexei Matushev, Pratt & Whitney Canada was chosen as the firm is recognized for their worldwide support of customers, and since the PT6A engine is the benchmark in reliability with an unmatched history of performance with low TBO or time between overhauls. Nautilus is currently working towards the production of the world's first purposefully designed and manufactured autonomous aircraft for air freight transport. The first N3.8T aircraft is currently under production and is scheduled for takeoff in 2024. Reliable Robotics this week announced that the Federal Aviation Administration has accepted the certification basis of its Advanced Navigation and Autoflight System. The final G1 issue paper defines the certification basis for the company's Supplemental Type Certification or STC on the Cessna 208 Caravan, a popular cargo aircraft. The FAA uses issue papers to provide a structured means of describing and tracking the resolution of significant technical and regulatory issues that occur during a certification project. The signed G1 issue paper represents a formal agreement between Reliable Robotics and the FAA on applicable airworthiness and environmental requirements for the company's advanced automation system. And that's a wrap for this week's episode. This is your host Manjula Nair signing off and wishing you a great weekend ahead.
For the latest news on air freight, visit our website. Follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our weekly newsletter. Thank you for tuning in to Cargo Shots by the Start Times, powered by Group Concorde. See you next week with a fresh roundup of cargo news makers.